All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I'm your host, pilot, lead singer, and driver of the airplane, Uncle B. Today, we are doing our annual Memorial Day flight to the nation's capital. This time, we are flying from Dallas Love. Oh, it might help if I put the. Gotta do a few things. I forgot. We're going from Dallas Love to Reagan National. 379. This, of course, is the direct route that I'm going to be showing here in just a second. We're going to depart from over here because we're going to go to 13 right for our departure today. Should still be 13 right. Yep. And we're going to land on runway 01 unless it's changed. We got time to nope. Okay, we have a 1 knot tailwind or headwind coming into 1, but a 12 knot crosswind. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting landing. We're coming out of 1 at Reagan National. I apologize if you hear a bunch of background noise. There we go. So that's basically the plan for today. Let's see. Route, it's just 1, not 01. Okay. All right. Let's see. So check this out. Let me wait for it to pop up. Should. I checked it. Okay, there we go. This is the weather information for our flight. We have this storms here outside of Dallas. This is the turbulence. This gray and green area is all turbulence. Then we have the jet stream. So it's the jet stream. The wind is much higher in this area, it seems, but we'll be at a lower altitude by the time we get there. We should start dropping in altitude. Hello, Mick. How are you? Good to see you. Is the sound okay? Does everything look okay? You're the first one in to say something, so you got you're tagged with the giving me the thumbs up or thumbs down. Does everything sound okay? Look okay? Yes, no, kinda, not sure. Yep. Okay. Perfect. All right. So yeah, that's what we got going on. So, but the cool thing is we can look at the weather now. I think this was already part of it, but I'd never looked at this before. But you can see this storm right here, and then it's just all this jet stream. This area right here looks pretty intense. But hello, Kev. All right, so here's the route. This is just the basic information. That's where we're departing from and what we're landing on. If you use your drop-down menus and do your do your thing, your altitude, the airways. Um, I'm using the LNDRE5 departure and the TRUP S5 arrival. So anything that happens in between those two things, that's entirely up to you. So I'll put it in LNDRE5. Okay, there you go. So anything beyond that, that's your responsibility. I can't tell you how to change it to mirror what I'm gonna do on the. I'm in the 737. You're probably gonna want to fly the A320. This is not gonna. This is over about a 1,037 nautical mile trip. So. Going to runway 13 right is our departure runway. Runway 01 or 1, whichever one, is our arrival runway. Okay? And I put the departure route and all that. If it's not there, I don't know what to tell you, but just pick something that looks sensible that gets you from point A to point B. Okay? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and generate my flight. We can get going. Going up to 37,000 feet today. Oh, and we are also going to back up the time. This is a real world, excuse me, flight for Southwest to Reagan National. So we're going to back up the time to about 5:30 in the morning local. I'm going to turn some lights on first before we go completely dark in the flight deck. And we got weather. Oh, look at that. All right. Let's turn on the ground power first. All right, get that going. Let's get some lights on. Yep. Alright, I think that's pretty much all the lights I can fiddle with. Why this seems to want to do all that. Okay, now let's go ahead and back up the time. Go ahead and cut can. Yeah, that should work. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some things going here. Alright, let's get our... Oh, I know why. So I didn't put it in here. Hello, Pulse. How are you? Nice to see you here. All right. Let's go ahead and get some other stuff set up. I was able to make it today, a bit boring real life stuff, but I've got you in my ear as I walk around town. Alright, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Alright. Up here. Okay. Let's go to perf init page. Fuel weights. Cost index is going to be 10. See, it has us going to 370. Well, I thought the cruise was at 37. What is it saying for us to cruise at? Yeah, 37. Okay. And 283067. Temp here. Okay. That way we can kind of see a little bit more here until the sun comes up. Let's go ahead and get our doors closed. Release the stairs. Alright, so now we gotta go for our departure and arrival routes. Departure 13 right. There's that. And we'll go to here. Execute. Arrival. Let's say 1. Here. Execute. Thanks. Oops. Here we'll take off numbers. There. Now the only do is take that out. Bingo. And we are all set there. Alright, let's get the APU started up. We have the wing lights on too, what the heck. And the wheel well lights. Let's turn them all on. Alright, APU's coming on. Hello, Amela. How are you? I had chicken strips for dinner last night, Amela. I know you're going to get ready to ask that question. APU should be available here in a second. There we go. Alright, let's get that dialed in before I forget. And let's turn on our... And yes, Kev, there is the cab utility. We're just gonna say that's the your galley switch. So we had Chinese last night. Nice, very good. All right, let's go ahead and get this one started and get our. Once we get that, oh. Yes, I know. That's okay. Be on this real thing on Tuesday. What, you're flying on Tuesday? I think you said something about you were going to visit family. We'll go 160. Alright, let's look at get some charts up airport chart up. Alright, so we need the ILS frequency 199. Get that plugged in. Alright, and then our landing in the airport you flew in. Oh, nice. That's right. I remember. Yeah, now I remember you saying something about that. All right. What's our landing? We can just go pinned. Airport. That runway is 7169 feet long. Elevation on that runway is 11 feet. Okay. There we go. Let's get our packs on. This. And let's just make sure our change that. That goes on. Alright, let's see who we can talk to get clearance to get out of here.
Clearance delivery Southwest 1379er IFR to Washington, ready to copy.
Southwest 1379er is cleared to Washington Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 13 right, climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure frequency is 125.2 squawk 2002.
Southwest 1379er cleared to Washington Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 13 right, climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure on 125.2 squawk 2002.
Southwest 1379er read back correct. Contact ground on 121.75. Good day.
Ground Southwest 1379er with Alpha ready to taxi IFR.
Kev, are you flying with me? Oh, you're already in the air. Okay.
Short of runway 13 right via taxiway Alpha Bravo.
Yes,
Contact tower on 123.7 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 13 right via taxiway Alpha Bravo Southwest 1379er. Ground Southwest 1379er requesting pushback.
Where's Kev? I don't see him.
Southwest
He's already in the air.
1379er pushback request accepted.
So I'm not waiting. think that's the issue, Cal. Hello, Fidel, how are you?
Ground Southwest 1379er requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
Southwest 1379er, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Alright, welcome aboard Southwest Flight 1379 to our nation's capital. We're happy to provide this flight today for family members of those who died in service to their country.
Ground Southwest 1379er requesting the end of pushback.
We hope you sit back, relax, enjoy the flight.
Request to end pushback received.
We'll be in the air momentarily. Be prepared for departure. Now they can update these things. If there's anything that the cabin crew can do to make your flight more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. The reason, of course, we're all dirty-minded now. There we go. Now the lights are actually on. Yay. Now we can see our plane better. We'll wait for the ads to complete before we depart. We can get most of your viewing pleasure out of the flight today. We can't really see much, although we got a lot of cloud cover. Now the ads start.
Tower Southwest 1379er ready for IFR departure runway 13 right.
Southwest 1379er, altimeter 29er.9er, 1 wind 177 at 14. Cleared for takeoff, runway 13 right.
Cleared for takeoff runway 13 right, Southwest 1379er.
Alright, perfect timing. Alright. Let's make like a baby and head out of here.
Airspeed's alive.
Speech rendered.
80 knots. V1. Rotate. V2. Positive rate of climb.
Southwest 1379er, contact departure on 125
There we go,
decimal
we're on
2.
our way.
Good day.
125.2 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye.
Ooh, look at that.
Departure Southwest 1379er is passing 1,500 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
Southwest 1379er, departure altimeter 29er.9er, 1 radar contact. Continue.
Alright, here we go. We're on our way. We have 35 minutes to catch you. Alright, flaps are all up. Gears up. See a little color in the sky. We're breaking through the clouds already. Nice. And I have plotted out the routes. And go down that. I finally found a way to update the information in here to actually have the correct nav points and all that. We can keep track of it this way. Oh, look at that sunrise coming up.
Southwest 1379er, contact Fort Worth Center on 13.2.85. Good day.
Going to 132.85 Southwest 1379er. Fort Worth Center Southwest 1379er is at 8,800 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
Southwest 1379er, Fort Worth Center altimeter, 29er tree radar contact. Continue.
I know it's early in the flight, Kev, but have you put your brakes on? Ooh, look at that. We're going to have a tailwind. We might catch Kev. He's way out there. I don't even see him now. He's gone.
Southwest 1379er, climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 17,000 feet Southwest 1379er.
Alright. So I heard, off topic here, he has put the afterburners on. Yeah, he sure did. I'm not a slowpoke. I prefer to set my aircraft up before I push back. That's what I do. Anyway, it's been confirmed that Microsoft Sobo folks will not be at Flight Sim Expo this year. They are super busy working very hard on fixing 2024. If it took me a while to answer you, then no, I was putting my brakes on. Okay. So yeah, they are not going to be at Flight Sim Expo, but gee golly gosh, they really hope everybody has a good time though, and you make friends, you know. Let's go zoom out to see what we got coming up in front of us way in advance. Then no. Yep, I agree. They're busy with Sim Update 3, and apparently we're getting a Sim Update 16 for 2020. But anyway, I digress. Alright, I think we're going to start asking for higher altitude increase by 10.
Fort Worth Center Southwest 1379er. Request flight level 270.
Southwest 1379er, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270 Southwest 1379er.
Yeah, I was Well, I wasn't shocked. I think it was a foregone conclusion that they weren't going to show. But I think it would have been better for them to show, if only to face some criticisms. You know, I would agree that the people who are making threats or suggestions or whatever about them as people, I think that's completely wrong. It doesn't serve any purpose. But they for one day or one briefing, but yep, yeah, like well, the most that they'll probably do at this point is they'll have a video message or something that'll be playing at the beginning possibly, but I'm curious to see how that's received. Oh, look at that sunrise. But yeah, I don't expect it. I mean, there'll be people who will be like, oh, it was a great speech and it was very, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Southwest 1379er, contact Fort Worth Center on 132.025. Good day.
132.025 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye.
At least Jerry will be there, so you will.
Southwest
Oh, well, I
1379er
don't know if I'm going to get a
is
chance to
passing
talk to him.
flight
I'm
level
sure
flight level
there's some
270.
other bigger names that are going to want his attention before I even get there. I do hope to meet him.
Fort Worth Center Southwest 1379er. Request flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er, climb and maintain flight level 270. Expect flight level 370.
Climb and maintain flight level
Yeah,
270.
I'm gonna try to get some
Expect flight level
stickers,
370
something,
Southwest
you know.
1379er.
But yeah, I do hope to meet him. 4:59. I'm getting there. I'm still climbing, Kev. You took off way before I was even. I was still getting things set up in the flight deck. That's all right. So yeah, it was. But this was I guess.
Southwest 1379er, contact Fort
This
Worth
was
Center
known
on 132.085.
that they
Good day.
weren't gonna
Going to 132.85 Southwest
go this
1379er.
year.
Fort Worth Center Southwest 1379er is at flight level 240, climbing flight level 270.
Southwest 1379er, Fort Worth Center, radar contact. Continue.
I'm doing. Let's see. 421. Yeah, I'm still playing. We got a bit more to go. You are way out there somewhere. What else? So. Yep. On the way to our cruising
Southwest
altitude.
1379er, climb and maintain flight level 330.
330.
Climb and maintain flight level 330 Southwest 1379er.
330. Ooh, I like this picture right here. Let's try it. Look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. Anyways, yeah, I saw the on Thursday when they did the. This is like waiting for Sim Caesar to start. No, come on. Oh, now come on now. That's not that. I'm not that bad. No, I made sure you had the departure runway, the landing runway information, the departure route, the arrival route. I gave you a plethora of information. I am nowhere near as bad from what I hear of Sim Caesar. Okay, let's take a look here. Well, we don't need to look at it now, so I think we've got everything set up. Use the cabin crew for flight service. Ooh, that's what it is. Oopsie daisy. You forgot something. Alright. Everything else looks good. Check the logo off. It's all good. Just well, I don't think I'm gonna catch you, Kev. You were I was taxiing and you were already well gone. I don't think I'm gonna catch you. I'd be surprised if I do. Matter of fact, let's just see if I can even see you. VFR map. And I'm zoomed all the way out. Kev's all by himself. He wants to fly all by himself today. Let's see what else is there. We? There's no we. I don't convoy with you. You know how I feel when I convoy is what you meant to say. There's no we here. I'm not part of that. New Xbox controller.
Southwest 1379er climb.
about 5,000. Or was I there for that conversation? I don't believe so. I don't think so. It doesn't ring a bell. I almost flew yesterday. There was a daily medium from. It was somewhere in
Southwest 1379er. Contact Fort Worth Center on 123.9er.
anyway.
25. Good
Yeah, I
day.
was gonna do that the other day, and I just
123.9er
I'm gonna take
25
the
Southwest
Avro
1379er.
RJ100.
Goodbye. Fort Worth Center Southwest 1379er is at flight level 325, climbing flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er. Fort Worth Center. Radar contact. Continue.
Boy, there's definitely a bit of a lag here. Anyway, no, I don't think I heard that part of the conversation. Was that from yesterday, Kev, or from another time, or something? Inquiring minds want to know. Thursday. No, it doesn't ring a bell with me. The fix. Oh, no, I didn't see all that. No, I'm trying to learn to block out a lot of nonsense, for lack of a better term. You know, things that don't really apply to me or that I don't need to react to. If you know what I mean. But I'm curious though, what is he saying? He got a new Xbox controller now? For whatever? Asus. I'm near Texarkana. If that means anything. We are just now coming to the end of our. We're getting ready to come onto the main route of the flight. So I don't know where. That's Arkansas. That's Little Rock. There. So yeah, you're pretty far ahead of me. I don't know if I know when to catch you. You're up here or you're here. Okay. Hold on a second. I have to tell you on stream or Discord when you come up. Okay. Fair enough, that's fine. I should, are you flying today, Kev, at your usual time? The short is, well, let's look at our options. The short is Germany to Munich at 104 nautical miles. The medium is in Thailand, which we did this flight recently, I think. I know we landed at this airport in Thailand 2 weeks ago. The departure one's different. That is 365 nautical miles. Okay. Oh, I see you now. I'm catching up then. Almost at 37,000 feet. Once we level off here, then I should speed up a little bit more. Yvonne, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Uncle Sim channel. I'm your host, pilot, lead singer, sometimes. Driver of the airplane, all the time. Uncle Pete, welcome. Today we are doing a Memorial Day flight. Yep, I see you now. We just departed from Dallas Love, and we are heading to Reagan National. Do this once a year for Memorial Day. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. Javon? Alright, let's see. We are now going to be doing 451 true airspeed. You're still a little bit faster than me, Kev. That's okay. At least I see you now. Wow, quite cloudy even at 37,000 feet. We were in the PMDG 737-800 series. Southwest Airlines. This is the real world flight that goes from Dallas Love to Reagan National. We'll be back next Saturday, 8 o'clock Central Time in the DC-3.
Southwest 1379er, contact
We're still in Fort Worth here.
Good day.
Should be talking to Memphis pretty soon, I think.
128.2 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye. Fort Worth Center, Southwest 1379er, flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er, Fort Worth Center, radar contact, continue. Southwest 1379er, contact Memphis Center
There
on
we go. I just said.
127.825.
Ta-da! Look at that.
Good day.
Magic. It's magic, folks.
127.825
Yep, Saturday,
Southwest
next Saturday.
1379er. Goodbye.
King
Memphis
Khalid,
Center,
Khalid
Southwest 1379er, flight level 370.
Airport in Saudi Arabia,
Southwest 1379er,
was formerly known
Memphis
as
Center, radar contact,
KKMC.
continue.
And we're going to Kuwait International in the DC-3. And then we'll be in the DC-3 again on the 7th of June D-Day flight, going from Thruxton to Orly. We've got a couple of points that we're going to fly over before we head for Orly. And then the 14th of June, we have 2 flights. There won't be any helicopter flights. First flight, 14th of June, Denver to Bush Intercontinental, in the 737-800. That will be a Continental Airlines flight. It's a company route for us for Parasox. And then we're going to go from Houston, Bush Intercontinental to Birmingham in the Avro RJ Northwest Airlines livery. 21st of June, the big flight, JFK to Heathrow. That'll be the last stream before I head to Flight Sim Expo. That's going to be a long one. The aircraft that I will be flying will be a surprise. That one's going to be about 6. I'm going to say with getting everything fired up in the flight on the flight deck, it's going to be about a good 8 hours on the 21st, give or take. Hopefully, we'll have some good weather, good jet stream that'll get us across the Atlantic fairly quickly. But it will not be in the Concorde, I can tell you that. It was supposed to be a Concorde flight, but I am perplexed as to how to get the throttles to work correctly in the Concorde. Can't, for some reason, when I try to map it, it doesn't. It wants to just go to. Yep. Well, I did a. Let's see. I did a flight from San Francisco to Japan in the 747. That was about 11. That was an 11-hour flight, but it was about 12 and a half hours total streaming. So people can come and go as they please. I know it's not the most exciting thing because it'll be mainly over water. Not much to see, but I figure I'd go do the last stream before I leave. It'll be a pretty decent one since it'll be about 2 weeks before I stream again. The week that'll be gone, and then I might just do a short, or just do something simple that first Saturday that I'm back in July. What day would that be? That is July the 5th. The day after Independence Day. So I may just come up with something. Depends on how tired I am after getting back from the trip. I did a 13-hour flight. The autopilot Oh yeah, I remember you told me about that. No, I am not about to do all that. I need the autopilot so I can. I mean, I know you can do the active pause and all that kind of stuff, but no. I like to have autopilot. That's kind of important. So I can take a break. I know I took several breaks on that flight from San Francisco to Japan to get up, stretch the legs. I'm gonna have to do the same thing on the flight. The first time I did a long flight from JFK to Frankfurt, very early on in my flight simming experience, I was not prepared for it. I was struggling at the end. Do I have an autopilot for Mother's Day? That doesn't make any sense, Kev. Yeah, I was struggling at the end when we were coming in. By the time we landed in Frankfurt, I was exhausted. I didn't have enough snacks to keep me going. I did, but it wasn't like snacks with like protein or something to keep my energy up. So when I did the longer flight to Japan, I had I had more than enough food. I think I ordered out even.
Southwest 1379er, contact Memphis Center on 135.875.
So I'll be prepared for this one on the 21st.
135.875 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye.
Gotta make sure I have
Memphis
enough
Center, Southwest
snacks and whatnot,
1379er,
stuff
flight
that'll
level
get me through
370.
Probably
Southwest
quite a bit of beef
1379er,
jerky.
Memphis Center, radar contact, continue.
It's got protein. So. Let's see what else. So yeah, that'll be the last flight. But I might have to try to come up with something simple for the 5th of July, possibly. I may just take that Saturday off. Hope they drive on. Oh. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Well, it does, for longer flights, it does help to have an autopilot system that keeps the plane going, hold the altitude, all that. Yeah. So, but it'll be an interesting flight. Oh, and I have a book coming today. I was kind of inspired by Pulse's fact book that he has, that he's been doing on his channel. If you redeem channel points on his Twitch, you could say, give us a fact, and then you get a couple different options as far as the what do you call it? Like different areas of like literature, geology, or geography. I mean, not geology, geography, entertainment, stuff like that. But this one's all on aviation. So I figure when we do the flights, especially the one on the 21st, because it's going to be kind of long, we can have some aviation facts during the stream. Bucks. No, I don't have that, Kev. This will be all aviation stuff. So, but since I don't have channel points, no, I think I do. Yeah, there's like, I won't make you spend the channel points, but the I'll make a little command in Nightbot.
Good day.
Let's see where we are. Ooh.
135.3 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye.
Shut off the
Memphis Center Southwest 1379er flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er Memphis Center radar contact continue.
Okay. Wow, look, you could look up ahead. Look at, there's even there's probably that storm that I was showing earlier. Yep, look at all that. Wow, look at that. That's pretty impressive. You have, 11.8 thousand, almost 12,000 channel points. Look at that weather. Oh boy, right below us there is a heck of a storm. Look at that. Alright, we're almost near Memphis, Tennessee. We have 79 nautical miles to go. Wind coming from 289 degrees, 45 knots. We're doing 448. I think that's where my cost index comes into play. Alright, let's see where we are according to a little map now. Alright, so almost to here. And then it's a bunch of short and a few shortish. Yeah, 52. So our top of descent should be right there. I wonder if that's the same. Guess we'll find out once we get closer. So we've still got quite a ways to go, folks. Quite a ways to go. Oh, really, dude? Clerical booth. Here we go. Never fails. There's always one. But Memphis is getting, look, they're getting a heck of a rainstorm. What level are you flying at, Kev? Are you at 35,000 feet? Or 34? I think you're at 35, possibly. Is your altimeter set to standard? Two. You're at 34,000. Yours is looking like you're at 34, almost 35,000. 34719. Let's see if we can see more, possibly on top of the city. Green. Yeah, that's top of the center there. Really bad weather below us. Let's just see. Ooh. 8-knot headwind with a 13-knot crosswind on runway 1. This is what we're looking at for the approach.
Southwest 1379er, contact Memphis Center on 118.625. Good day.
Going to 118.625 Southwest 1379er.
So we're going to come here to
Memphis Center, Southwest
Hero.
1379er, flight level 370.
And then we're going to turn back
Southwest
in.
1379er, Memphis Center, radar contact continue.
Now, if we have to, if they do change the runways because of the weather, which I don't think it'd be a massive shift around. 3 has a 14 knot headwind. That's a much shorter runway. No, I'm gonna stick with 1. Boy, yes I can. There, we're here. So we're right about this area right here. Let's see what the jet stream looks like. Not quite in the jet stream yet. And oops. We might get a little bit of turbulence here. Pretty minor. Ooh, that's what's going on here. Huh. It's a pretty neat thing to look at, I think. All right. Let's see if anybody else say anything. Let's see what this little map. Oh, yep, there it is. There. Just past Memphis. About 100, oh, I'd say about 150 nautical miles out front. Okay. You should, in theory, reach your top of descent where you should start. Now, let me ask you this, Kev. Did you know when you're going to start descending? Did you even do a flight plan, or did you just do it straight there? I'm curious to know the answer now. I kind of suspect you. I'm in Tennessee. Yeah. Well, I am too. I just passed Memphis. But did you create a flight plan using the drop-down menus, or are you just doing straight to the point A to point B, the direct stuff? Straight. Okay, that's what I think. Here I thought you were learning. Okay, that makes sense. That's why I think if I open this back up.
Southwest 1379er, contact Memphis Center on
You're on,
134.65.
Okay,
Good day.
that's why.
134.65 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye. Memphis Center Southwest 1379er flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er, Memphis Center radar contact continue.
Use the tools given to you, Kev. It's okay. Big time streamers have time to set up. You didn't? No, that's not the case. I do it because then my plane's set up correctly. That's the key. It's not about setting up the flight plan, it's setting up the plane correctly. I create a flight plan in SimBrief and I save it. And the only thing that changes is depending on, what, like today's, the runways could have changed. But I save it for whatever it is, and then on the day of, you just double check to make sure the runways are all correct. That's all. It's not that complicated. But we make it complicated, don't we? I'm definitely not a big time streamer. I am not anywhere near big time. But thank you for saying so. Whatever. No. I wouldn't even know how to do all that either. I don't know if that's something you gotta do through Twitch itself or if it's through Streamlabs or something like that. Same boat. I thought I wanted the same boat. Care to elaborate on that, okay?
Southwest 1379er, contact Memphis Center on 127.975.
It's simple.
Good day.
Going to 127.975 Southwest 1379er. Memphis Center Southwest 1379er flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er, Memphis Center, radar
Making a flight
contact.
plan for your A320 is simple. Yet here we are going direct. You know what you could do, Kev? I think you could still put it in on your little computer thing down here by your right leg, right? There should be like a departure arrival button. It should say DEP ARR, DEPARR. You might be able to still, if you click on that, you could put in you could select the arrival and the approach. You should be able to, I think. That way you don't have to try to fly that thing in manually for runway 1. I had trouble sorting sound for the bits earlier. Bits alert. Oh, yes, I remember that. No, on Kev's channel, when we fly, he has a prediction. Once he's about 30 minutes out from landing, he puts up, you can predict his landing rate. And he has his channel point, he has like what he calls jelly beans. And then You can a minimum of 10 jelly beans, up to thousands or whatever. If you guess it correctly, you get. It's like you win the jelly bean lottery.
Southwest 1379er, contact Memphis Center on 13.65. Good day.
Yeah, because those bits of
Going
work
to
were kind of throwing you
134.65
off.
Southwest 1379er. Memphis Center,
Chris
Southwest
was just
1379er,
hitting them
flight
left,
level
right, and center,
370.
and
Southwest
dang, I'm
1379er,
going
Memphis
deaf.
Center radar contact continue.
Because they were a bit loud, I guess, for you. It didn't seem loud on our end, but for you and your headphones, it probably was way louder. But yeah, if we do a landing rate thing, it'll just be something fun. You won't win necessarily anything. It'll just be, can you guess how well or how badly I'm going to do? We'll even put one in there. Should have gone around. Should have changed runways or something, just to throw Addies off. Where is he? Did he overdo it last night? I think. Maybe he's at his Graham's, his Nan's house. He might be sleeping. His phone might be dead again. I saw. No, actually, no. That couldn't be because. Well, actually, it could be because I did see him on in the Discord earlier when I was posting the link. Well, playing World of Subways, huh? World of Subways, interesting. Chris kept really dinging me pretty good with the bits being.
Southwest 1379er, contact Memphis Center on 125.85. Good day.
125.85 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye.
I'll tell you this.
Southwest 1379er, flight level
having flown the
370.
A320 for quite a long time,
Southwest 1379er, Memphis Center
and
radar
then getting
contact
the
continue.
737, and I was a bit overwhelmed. Like, oh man, I have to figure all this stuff out. It's really not that bad. I made. For lack of a better term, I made a mountain out of a molehill. It's not that difficult to put all this stuff in because it's pretty much automatic. You create the flight plan in SimBrief. The only one that I have to put into the flight computer manually, and it's not that difficult, is when I fly the Avro RJ, the regional jet, and even that's not very difficult to do. It just you just read off what's on the flight plan. You know, like if I open this up, which there it is. It will tell you basically all the waypoints along the way. Oh, that's the ultimate. What's the main I should have? Yeah, so it has all this information on there. But you don't have to look at all that. But like if the here is what I'm talking about, this part. All this information, it wouldn't be difficult to put it in. So we should be near. We're about right. We're near here. But anyway, it's not that difficult to put in. It just takes a bit of practice and patience, and you might get it wrong the first couple times, but if you just take your time, it's not that difficult. I find it honest. I find it much more rewarding, and I think the A320 version 2 that has the SynBrief integration and all that, if you fly it enough times, you can basically get a system together on your, how you set your aircraft up and all that. It just takes practice. Simple left downwind for runway 1. Well, yeah, it is, in theory. It is simple, but if you put in, if you go to the depth DEP-ARR button, you can set it up and it will take you. We're essentially doing the same thing, but I have a route that is managed. Makes it a little bit simpler to contend with. That's the difference. The only time I've flown either of these jets manually is if, when the system just, like that one flight I did ages ago in the A320, we're landing at Nice, and all of my instruments go dark. We were on an approach, and it's like, well, the runway's here. I'm gonna have to land it without all this information in front of me. Because everything just went blank. Just have to watch for helis. Yeah. I don't have live traffic turned on, so you don't have to worry about that. But it's not that difficult to do. It really isn't. It makes things. It makes the speed more manageable because you have all that information right there. You have the distance to your next point, your speed, and what altitude you should be at. So yeah, it just makes things a little bit more simple, I think. The great thing about this is usually, not always, now I flew the 737 with Kev. We went from Manchester to somewhere in France. I didn't get it didn't tell me to start reducing altitude. I had to basically say, okay, we're going to start dropping altitude. And I had to estimate it based on what I saw on here, where I should be altitude-wise. So it's not that bad. I quite enjoy it. Let's look at our negative 56 degrees Celsius. Woo-hoo. Oh, that's chilly. It's not that difficult, Kev. It really isn't. But I was a bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I flew this, and I was struggling with it, and Captain Harris said, "You know, they have a tutorial flight." That's the great thing about PMDG. They create a tutorial flight that explains. You know, you just follow the instructions basically, and it's like, oh man, this wasn't that difficult. And it just becomes like super easy after that. You just do it a couple times and you're just like, oh, I know what to do now. I know how to put the stuff in. You know all this, and there you go. It's not that difficult at all. But we always tend to make things more difficult than they have to be. I think.
Southwest 1379er, contact Memphis Center on 126.75. Good day.
126.75 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye. Memphis Center, Southwest 1379er, flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er, Memphis Center, radar contact, continue.
Mick, you still want to get together on Monday and do something in the Cessna 172? I think you said you were basically flying kind of like a local sort of thing, something like that, just practicing. All right, what time works for you? I can be on about 8 o'clock my time, which is about 2. Yeah, it could be like when I normally stream. It'd be about 2 o'clock your time. Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna have my breakfast and all that, and then I'll be on. We can go for a little flight, work on some stuff. And we're farming on Sunday, correct? Usual time.
Southwest 1379er, contact Memphis Center on 132.1.
Sure, we got plenty to do on the farm.
Going to 132.1 Southwest 1379er. Memphis Center, Southwest
All right.
1379er,
Sounds good.
flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er, Memphis Center, radar contact, continue.
Looking forward to that. Do the hard work. Forget your lust for the rich man's gold. All you need is your soul, and you can do this. Oh, baby, if you try all that I want, my son is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man. Okay. All right, I don't know where that came from, but okay. I like simple. But I've simplified my process in flight sim. You know, I know, like I've already got my flight plan set up for the 21st. But I know it's going to change several, I'm not going to keep opening it because the runways are going to change all the time depending on the weather. Every day I open it. It's not that it's a fancy flight plan. It just works. That's all. It's using the tools that are given to you in a way that helps you do the flight. But I get it. Not everybody likes to mess with all that kind of stuff. I understand. I completely understand. But the great thing for me at least is I've learned so much from doing it. There's a lot that when I first started flight sim, I'm just like, I don't know about this. This doesn't make sense or whatever. Here we are. It's not that different. It just seems different. That's because we make it more difficult in our minds. And then we go like, I don't understand this. Then way does offer direct to. Well, so the direct to is it, and I've had to use it before when I was flying in the A320. Early on, what I noticed is sometimes the flight plan would introduce parts that didn't make any sense. So on this plane, for instance, that I'm in, I can delete the unnecessary points and go directly to another point that is, farther into the flight plan or a little bit, like 2 or 3, nav points. And I cut out the stuff that doesn't make any sense for me to do. So that's why you have a direct to. On there, you can, if you had a flight plan and you wanted to bypass and go directly to something, but in order, that would only be if the ATC says, we're going to go ahead and bump you ahead, and you're going to go directly to this nav point, and once you reach there, then we'll go with the next bit of instructions. I knew what you meant, but that's why. You can figure, if you look at your flight plan and you go like, well, I've got this hold, or there's something here that doesn't make sense. It's like I'm going to go around in a circle. Oh, no problem, Mel. We've got still quite a ways to go, so that's all good. That's why. So you can delete out the stuff that doesn't work to get you to your destination, maybe a little bit quicker or whatever. That's what. But I don't have that. You don't have that here in this plane. You have the ability to delete. You can take a nav point that's farther down the list and say I want to go directly there. Like I could, let's say I didn't want to go all the way through the arrival portion of the flight. I just want to go directly to the point that begins my ILS approach. I could do that. But the problem with that is that I possibly lose or it may
Going to
affect my
121
top of
decimal
descent
325 Southwest
information. And then I'm going to have to
1379er.
start asking. Now, I could do
Indianapolis
that,
Center Southwest
right?
1379er flight
I
level
could,
370.
but
Southwest
I'm,
1379er, Indianapolis Center.
I'm
radar
giving up
contact
information that
continues.
helps me get there correctly. You know, like starting to descend at a certain point, starting to slow down, you know, and all that. That's why I prefer to have a flight plan for a plane like this. But if you feel confident about doing all that, and it works for you, more power to you. I think I'm going to use this opportunity to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back and we'll see where we are in this grand scheme of things. So we're almost at the beginning of our ride. Well, not almost. We've still got a bit of ways to go. Alright, we'll be right back.
1379er, contact Indianapolis Center on 132.8. Good day.
Going to 132.8 Southwest 1379er. Indianapolis Center, Southwest 1379er, flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er, Indianapolis Center, radar contact. Continue.
Alright, Kev. Fair enough. Shan't ask or
Southwest
speak of it again.
1379er, contact Indianapolis Center on 126.575. Good day.
Going to 126.575 Southwest 1379er.
Alright, I'm back.
Indianapolis Center, Southwest 1379er, flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er, Indianapolis Center, radar contact. Continue.
Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. Should be able to see. Ooh-wee, look at that. 110. Ooh, we are catching some serious wind now, folks. Look at that. Alright, we're going to put on the for the safety of passengers. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened. It's going to get bumpy, possibly. There's going to be a roller coaster ride. Check out that wing flex. Ooh, look at that. Oh. Make sure you have your sick bag standing by. Ooh, oh. Mick might recall when I was doing I think I was in the Cessna 172, and it was all, matter of fact, it was in Texas, and it was a bad storm, and I'm flying, and he's like, I don't even he was getting nervous just watching. Remember that one, Mick? Mick has been there since the beginning. Questionable landings. Not sure what I was doing. You know, look at good old days. Mick and Umbella were virtually holding hands. All right, Kev. During some of my landings. He was even leaning in his chair when I would make a turn to help me make the turn. From the lessons to now, yep. Oh, speaking of lessons, and I hope there's going to be more information at Flight Sim Expo. Navigraph is creating a virtual private pilot's license program for Flight Sim. I'm guessing you can use either Microsoft Flight Simulator or X-Plane. I don't know what kind of planes they have in X-Plane, but for those who can't afford a real-world private pilot's license, you can get one, a virtual one. It doesn't mean anything, but for those who always wanted to get one but couldn't afford it, they will be offering a program that mirrors what you would go through flight school to get your PPL. So I'm hoping they talk more about that at Flight Sim Expo. I'm kind of I did put my name on the list for it, but I'm curious to see if they're going to talk about it at Expo. So we may invariably do some of that stuff on stream, just to kind of make things interesting. So, well, I don't know. Oh, boy, we are really hitting the turbulence. Let's have a look at our farther along now. Oh yeah, we got to be like right around here. Yeah, we passed Tonia, so Tonio. We should be right around here. So we should be getting ready to descend pretty soon. Yep, we're on our way to Niels. Yep, we're hitting the weather now, folks. We'll just leave the seatbelt signs on for the remainder of the flight, just for the safety of our passengers. Flight attendants, cabin crew will make sure the cabin is cleaned up now as quickly as possible. Thank you all for joining today's Memorial Day flight as we take family members of those who died in service to our country to Washington, D.C. for Memorial Day ceremonies. Last year I was in the DC-3. We did a Memorial Day flight. Try to do that every year. Something different. Let's see. Now we should be able to see. Now, interestingly enough, this happens, and I don't know why. This gets out of alignment and it shifts over here. I don't know why. Let me see if all right. So, top of descent is coming. We've got we're on our way to Sitter. So between Debs and Dillon is our top of descent. So we're getting there, folks. We're almost there. You're back. Welcome back, Kev. We're getting close to our top of descent. Sunrise earlier. Once we got out of the clouds up back there at Dallas Love. This is, oddly enough, this is the only livery for Southwest in the 737-800 family. Got more of them in the 700 series. Yes, it was. I don't even know what I said to get the yes, it was. Just under 12,000 pounds of fuel left. That should get us all the way there. Oh, it's a nice sunrise, yes.
Southwest 1379er, contact Indianapolis Center on 119.475.
I don't know why this does this. Apparently.
119.475 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye. Indianapolis Center, Southwest 1379er, flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er, Indianapolis Center, radar contact, continue.
Right, so we'll look at our, welcome back, Camilla. We'll look at our top of descent. It's after Debs, I think I said, between Debs and Dillon. So our first, let's just kind of start making a plan as a backup, right? So we know we have to be at about 33,000 feet by the time we get to Dillon. That's only 4,000 feet below where we are right now. Really what we're aiming for is probably 280 flight level. So that's a pretty significant drop, but we don't have a way to say we want to drop that low. So it would be we could go to 290. We get a yeah, we could do 8,000 feet. That would get us 290. And then we just tack on another 1,000 feet for 280. So that's our plan if it doesn't come up.
Southwest 1379er, contact Washington Center on 134.4.
If we don't get our top of descent
Good day.
instructions.
Going to 134.4
Alright.
Southwest 1379er. Washington Center, Southwest 1379er, flight level 370.
Southwest 1379er, Washington Center, radar contact, continue.
So we have a plan in place in case something happens and things don't go how we expect them to go. And then we'll just keep looking at our altitude information here on the clear weather here. I'm not sure why that shifts, but it does. We're just gonna make our own. There we go. Ooh, look at that wind, 122. I think what we're gonna do. That is insane wind. Alright, top of the set should be coming up here any minute now. Come on, give us some info. Alright, we bypassed, so we just went past the. Alright,
Washington Center, Southwest 1379er.
let's go with the plan.
Request flight level
That's why we're
290.
back.
Southwest 1379er descend and maintain flight level 290.
Descend and maintain flight level 290, Southwest 1379er.
Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and throw in that.
Washington Center, Southwest 1379er. Request flight level 280.
Southwest 1379er descend and maintain flight level 290. Expect flight level 280.
Descend and maintain flight level 290. Expect flight level 280, Southwest 1379er.
Alright, let's see. Has something significantly changed? Nope, one is still the arrival one. Okay, so that hasn't changed. Just want to make sure. We still have time to plug in a different approach if necessary. Boy, look at this terrain. Boy, a really massive forest area. Here's the Shenandoah Wildlife Management Area.
Southwest 1379er, contact Washington Center on 127.9er 25. Good day.
Going to 127.9er 25, Southwest 1379er. Washington Center Southwest 1379er is passing flight level 315, descending flight level 290.
Southwest 1379er, Washington Center, radar contact, continue. Southwest 1379er, contact Washington Center on 133.65. Good day.
133.65, Southwest 1379er. Goodbye. Washington Center Southwest 1379er is passing flight level 310, descending flight level 290.
Southwest 1379er, Washington Center, radar contact, continue. Southwest 1379er, descend and maintain flight level 280.
Descend and maintain flight level 280, Southwest 1379er.
All right. Let's do
Southwest 1379er, contact Washington Center on 121.675. Good day.
121.675, Southwest 1379er. Goodbye. Washington Center Southwest 1379er is passing flight level 295, descending flight level 280.
Southwest 1379er, Washington Center, radar contact, continue.
We're going to go to 21,000 feet, flight level 210. We're doing next.
Washington Center Southwest 1379er. Request flight level 210.
Southwest 1379er, descend and maintain flight level 210.
Descend and maintain flight level 210, Southwest 1379er.
Also.
Washington Center Southwest 1379er. Request flight level 190.
Southwest 1379er, descend and maintain flight level 210. Expect flight level 190.
Descend and maintain flight level 210. Expect flight level 190, Southwest 1379er.
Southwest 1379er, contact Washington Center on 133.2. Good day.
133.2 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye. Washington Center Southwest 1379er is at flight level 270, descending flight level 210.
Southwest 1379er, Washington Center, radar contact, continue. Southwest 1379er, descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Ooh, all the way to 7.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet Southwest 1379er.
Well now. Alright. We don't have to keep asking then. Alright, so real quickly, let's kind of recap what we got.
Southwest 1379er, you are 83 miles west.
Ooh,
Descend and maintain 4,100 feet. Expect RNAV runway 1 approach via Irons transition. Clear to Irons.
Nope.
Southwest 1379er, descend and maintain 3,500 feet.
Descend and maintain 3,500 feet. Expect
We'll go to
RNAV runway 1
3,500.
approach via Irons transition. Clear to
I
Irons
think we gotta
Southwest
be at
1379er.
3,000. ILS via the... Let's go back.
Southwest 1379er would like ILS runway 1 approach vectors to final.
Southwest 1379er, you are 77 miles west. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 1 approach. Southwest 1379er, descend and maintain 4,600 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,600 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 1 approach Southwest 1379er.
Southwest 1379er, descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet Southwest 1379er.
Alright, now we're set up for success. You can see pretty much what we got left in the flight right here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. We're not.
Southwest 1379er, descend and maintain 3,300 feet.
Descend and maintain 3,300 feet Southwest 1379er.
Southwest 1379er, descend and
Boy,
maintain
I
4,000
can't make up
feet.
its mind what it wants me to do.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet Southwest 1379er.
We're all over the place. Alright, looks like this has been...
Southwest 1379er, descend and maintain 3,400
Alright.
feet.
We're still
Descend and maintain
way above our...
3,400 feet Southwest 1379er.
This is going to change this mind.
Southwest 1379er, descend and maintain 4,200 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,200 feet Southwest 1379er.
Alright, this is where we're at right now.
Southwest 1379er, contact Washington Center on 120.65. Good day.
120.65 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye. Washington Center Southwest 1379er is passing flight level 210, descending 4,200 feet.
Southwest 1379er, Washington Center, radar contact, continue. Southwest 1379er, descend and maintain 2,500 feet.
So we look at our
Descend
final...
and maintain 2,500 feet Southwest 1379er.
Okay. That I can live with because that's our. Put on our ending lights. We're passing through 10,000 before we know it. Oh, we gotta get our. Okay, our landing speed's 154 today. Alright.
Southwest 1379er, please expedite your descent 2,500 feet.
Looks like Cal is on the ground. He might have gone through the ground because it's showing a negative number. What you do, Kev? Ooh, boy, look at that. Negative 317 windy, yeah. windy coming in.
Southwest 1379er, contact Potomac approach on 124.2. Good day.
124.2 Southwest 1379er. Goodbye. Potomac approach Southwest 1379er is passing 11,900 feet, descending 2,500 feet.
Southwest 1379er, Potomac approach altimeter 30.09er, radar contact, continue.
Plenty of fuel. If we had to do a go around for some reason, we'd have enough to do that. Right here. Oh, we're near Dulles. Everybody wave to the folks at Dulles. Hey! Looks like a little go-kart track or something right there. Look at that. Some kind of a racetrack or something. Check that out. That's what it looks like. Huh. See that, Kev? Looked like some kind of a racetrack or something. Well, maybe it was more of a go-kart track, possibly.
Southwest 1379er, you are 13 miles west of Washington. Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact Washington Tower on 134.35.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 134.35 Southwest 1379er. Washington
Ooh,
Tower
look at that.
Southwest 1379er 12 miles west inbound ILS runway
Got
1
that.
approach.
Southwest 1379er Washington Tower. Altimeter tree 0.07, wind tree 10 at 12. Cleared ILS runway 1 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 1 approach Southwest 1379er.
Alright, we gotta get down to 1,600 feet once we turn towards final. Kev. The thingy's coming off the... Oh, that looks pretty cool, huh? Let's just land it on the freeway. What do you guys think? What did I say was our final speed? 154. Okay. I'm gonna dial that in now. Airport's in sight. So, what I was saying before, so 1,600 feet. It's our final. Drop down once we make that turn towards this is. I'll just say 37 when we're at 30. That's been up high. Give us a little extra flap for some reason. Alright. Let's get ready to land this thing. at 15 knot wind. Was that the crosswind was 15 or 15 knot headwind, Kev? I could believe it was a crosswind. Yeah. I believe that. Alright, turn on our finder. Here we go. Bridge. Everybody wave at everybody. Cross the bridge. Alright. Yeah, I got 2122 knots at 305, 304. It keeps shifting. Good, not everyone counting wrong. Thanks, Kev. You're in a rare mood today, Kev, I tell you.
Southwest 1 tree, 79er wind tree, 11 at 11. Clear to land runway 1.
Cleared to land runway 1 Southwest 1379er.
Let's put the flaps down just to be safe. Light slopes locked in. I sure can't type them today. Oh yeah, it's really fighting that wind. Look at that.
Traffic. Traffic.
Not my problem. My call outs. 300. 200.
100.
Up.
50. 30.
Come on.
10.
9. That was a 96. 96. 96. 226.
Southwest 1 tree, 79er.
On behalf of myself, the entire flight crew, we'd like to welcome you to Reagan National Airport for
Southwest
Memorial
1
Day
tree, 79er,
services.
contact ground on 121.7.
Going to 121.7 Southwest 1379er.
Think about the people we lost in Afghanistan today. Appreciate everybody being here.
Washington ground Southwest
Thank you, Mello.
1379er, request taxi to the gate.
Southwest 1379er taxi to gate Bravo 21 using taxiway Sierra Juliet Cross runway Tree Juliet Kilo 1.
220.
Taxi
On the
to gate Bravo
220.
21 via taxiway Sierra Juliet Cross runway Tree Juliet Kilo 1 Southwest 1379er.
All right. Yeah, for those of you who do not know, we did lose a we lost a Black Hawk crew when we were in Afghanistan. It wasn't due to friendly fire; it was due to a mechanical malfunction, and it was people that I had interacted with as a medic when we did the flight physicals. So we lost the CW5 to a heart attack. Thank you, Kev. Appreciate it. We did lose some folks, unfortunately. We lost a contractor when we were in Iraq. He was a what they commonly refer to as a third country national. He was there. I don't remember what he was doing, but he had a heart attack. And we walked him out to the helicopter. Tried to render honors as best as we could for him. So they put him on a helicopter. How do you get the runway marks? Oh. Blank. It says taxi ribbon. You just switch that on like it is, and that's how. Doesn't seem like an appropriate way to park. Oh, the skid marks. Oh, I bought, there's a runway enhancement mod that you can buy and all that it makes it look more, like it's been used, not like brand new, fresh runway. You can see it, that it's been used. I guess it wants us to park like this, so that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, this is a mod that all runways, regardless of it makes it more authentic. There you go. Used, authentic, not just a fresh. See, this seems kind of weird that it would want us to park. Okay. Whew. Oh, and I totally let the. I meant to kill the. I guess I was so focused on landing, I didn't even realize the ads had played. Oopsies. Alright, let's shut down the engines and get ready to get out of here. That's been a long one. Thank you all for being here today. Greatly appreciate it. We try to do this every year. So next year, who knows where we'll depart from, and we'll go to DC and all that like we normally do. Oops. Put that on pause. Don't want to listen to that noise. Anyway, I will be back next Saturday for sure. I will also be farming with Mick tomorrow. Kev, if you're flying here in a couple hours, I'll join you for that. So thank you all once again. Do enjoy the. I'll be back next Saturday. DC3. King Khalid to Kuwait International. That one won't take very long to do. Certainly a lot shorter than this flight today. I didn't even look at what was the time on that flight? Where's my? That was a 2 hours and 26 minutes in the air, and that was a company route. Yeah, look at that! I got 2,000 socks out of that bad boy. You got 2,000 socks too, Kev. Around 2. Okay. Yeah, that was a company flight. We got double socks for that instead of the normal 1,000. Yeah. So that's 2 company routes done today. Yay us. I'll be back next Saturday, DC3. Do enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, early Sunday already for some folks. Memorial Day weekend, do enjoy it with your family. Remember, if you have family members who served and are no longer with you, take a moment and think about them. Doesn't cost you anything. So I'm sure they would appreciate it. Anyway, I have been and always shall be your host, pilot, lead singer, and driver of the airplane, Uncle B. Until next time, peace, live long and prosper.